Okay, hello everyone. Thanks for watching us today, and hopefully, hold on one second.
Okay.
Let me
Hello,
stop.
everyone. Thanks for watching
I
us
always do
today.
that.
And
I got my
hopefully, hold on
Facebook
one
on.
Okay.
There I am. All right, we're still there, right?
Yep.
There, Debbie. There we go. Okay, let's start from day one or slide one. All right. Today we're going to talk about, and sorry we're late today, but today we're going to be a short one, just 10 quick minutes. But remember, you could contact Debbie or I. We're going to go over some basic things on how to attract more business with open houses. Open houses have always been there in real estate, and they will always be there in real estate, and they will always be great ways to get more business, not just to sell the listing, to get buyers and get more business and to meet the public. That's what open houses are good for. So we're going to jump right into it. I'll let you jump into, Debbie, what you should start doing with your open houses.
So when you're a listing agent, you're going to have a conversation with your seller of things that you're going to do to market their property. And one of the things that you can do now is open houses. They have become popular again now that COVID is as rules are lax and everything. So people do want open houses. This is just a few ideas of things that you can do the week before your open house is scheduled. If you schedule an open house at the last minute, no worries. You're just going to combine all these things together and get them done. But you want to have the seller make sure that their house is prepared and ready for the open house. Then you want to advertise. So you want to make sure if you're a Homestar agent that you contact Carly or you go into your MLS yourself and put your open house information in there. If you want to advertise in other places, if you've given yourself more time, you can. But once you schedule the open house with Carly, it hits the Century 21 system and then it goes out to the other sites. So if the other sites have an open house feature, it will show up on there. Some of them do and some of them don't. Alert the neighbors. So maybe you want to door knock a little bit in the neighborhood and say, hey, just wanted to let you know that we're going to be having an open house at 1234 Main Street on Sunday from 1 to 3.
And then
Feel free to stop by or tell others.
one of the things I want to jump in for is that this is just my opinion. I tell this to agents, but you can double check with each city, is that when you go door to door to invite somebody to an open house and you're not trying to sell them or give them any of your information, maybe a flyer about the house and like say, please join us for this open house. And I've had agents that have refreshments or cookies or pizza or donuts or things for people to have and just explain, come visit us and sit down. It's not, you could, if you're just going to the 20, 30, 40 neighbors and dropping that off, there's not really, the do not solicitation. You're not selling anything. You're inviting someone to one of their neighbors' home. You could do that. I find with, our agents, if you want to use the word risking that, I don't think someone's going to be upset. You're just trying to get the neighbors to visit the house to see, hopefully they have someone who might be interested in any Century 21 Homestar agents or any agents out there that want to know some of the scripts and things to say, let us know. But that's a way to start farming an area and building presence in that market when you have an open house. So, all right, go ahead, Deb.
Correct. Absolutely right. And then put your direction signs out there. You do have to check with your municipality to make sure that you're allowed to put signs on street corners and such. Just little arrows, open house arrow works. Those signs are not very expensive. And then maybe 3 days prior, get your property flyers together. Homestar agents, you have 2 places to do that. Okay, so you have Moxie Present and you also have Toolkit CMA, where
Or
you
you
can
could
make
order
property
some,
flyers.
you could order some really good ones too, so those are good. You can print those, but there's also really good brochures and card stock. Remember, a flyer is a big business card.
Right.
So make them look nice. It's not just informational about the house, also informational about you. And the nicer they are, and again, I tell agents, spend the 30, 40, $50 to get quality printed flyers that are thick cardstock, and people have a hard time throwing those away, and because they can't just crumple them up and throw them out, throw them in the garbage. They have to make an effort to do that. So if they have a whole bunch of flyers from things, and not to jump into it, and I don't want to keep this too long, I tell agents, have those for your house. One of the things I see agents lack is having good top quality flyers for the house itself. The reason being, they're like, oh, those buyers agents coming in with their buyers from other agents will come into that listing, and you have a sign, take one. They will take one with your name and information on it. So when that their buyer's agent ever drops the ball with them, who are they going to call? They might call you. So many times I know this, a lot of agents don't put a lot of time in flyers for the houses because they just think it's a waste of money and the house is going to sell without it, but it's a way to market yourself. So sorry, I
Yeah.
jumped in. Go ahead.
No, absolutely. That's perfect. And then a couple days beforehand, confirm with the seller, make sure it's still going to be a good time and that they're going to be gone, or any stipulations that they want. And then the day of, you're going to gather all your supplies and go there. So supplies, right? He already just kind of touched on some of that. Of course, we're going to have our flyers, you're going to have your business cards, and you can have some snacks or what have you. I still am a fan of doing the individual things instead of like baking cookies and just having a tray of cookies these days. I think that if things are individually wrapped, then people will feel more at ease.
Definitely, and it could have stuff that has your business card name on it, and to market yourself, something
True.
that'll last a little bit. I've agents just said get a box of candy bars or Skittles, whatever, and put labels on them with your name and information on them, because it might take one and not eat it right away and sits in their car or whatever. It's just might
Yeah.
last. So
Yeah.
go ahead. I went to the next slide already there.
Yeah. And then the day of the open house, you're going to double check the house to make sure that everything is good. If you need to tidy up a little or whatever, make sure about safety. So when you're in an open house, or even when you're showing a house, always let someone know where you're at. And if you want to have someone else come with you to the house so that you're not sitting there alone, I do recommend that as well. Remember that if they're not an agent, they can't really explain anything about the house, but they can certainly be sitting there in case someone comes in and you happen to be upstairs or what have you. And they can just, say, oh, you could sign in right here and she'll be right with you, that type of thing.
Yeah, the
Arrive
sign up
early.
sheet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to jump in the sign up sheet. We have agents out there that definitely have sign up sheets and some do not make it optional. Meeting people at some, if you want, is for safety reasons for sellers. You have agents that people walk in the door, they go, I here, what's your name and number? Do you want to fill it out, or I'll fill it out for you? And if they say, sorry, no, I don't want to give that information, go, listen, you don't have to give me your phone number, or you don't have to give me your email address. I need your name. My seller, for safety purposes in today's day and age, I need to know who's in here. That's all, because it's a seller's request. And if they want to make a fake name, that's their joint, but at least you're showing them that you're trying to be safe. And this is not just for someone just to pop around the house and look around on that. So
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And then make sure your directional signs are there, and then showtime. It's time for you to do the house. There are some agents that do gimmicks for their open houses. So sometimes those are good. If you want to do an evening open house and you have wine and cheese, if the seller's okay with that. Or we have Mike Ferrante's team. So when he was before COVID, he was a really good open house person. I used to love to go to his open houses because he always did things. There's videos out there with some of his gimmicks on there, but it's ways to interact that people that are coming to visit, so that they're not just looking at the house, they're going to remember it.
right.
When you're talking to people, it's develop a rapport with this person that's walking through the house, because this is why you're here, to get business, right? Maybe they don't want this house, but they might want a different one. So talk to them. Don't hover, but just ask them questions. Again, along with the same with the sign-in sheet, I do have information for our agents if you want it on questions that you can ask. Keep the flyers or the listing information handy. The beforehand things that I didn't touch on is do your homework. If it's not your house that you're listing, and you're not the listing agent, but you're hosting it for someone else, make sure you're reviewing that MLS sheet, talk to the listing agent and find out the ins and outs about that house. So if someone has questions, then you can try and answer. But if you don't know the answer, just let them know. I can surely get that answer to you later this evening. I will send it to you in your email, and that way, if you don't have their email, then that's another way to get it from them.
Exactly. All right. Well, those are just some things to think about. But again, there we could go really more in detail. And open houses are great. There always have been great. Will continue to be great. People want to come see it. It's a way to meet people. And yes, there's going to be times where you do open houses and no one shows. And there's going to be times that there's 30 people that show. But if you budget that time, always bring stuff for you to do. I mean, I've been in the business 30 years. 30 years ago, when I went to an open house, I didn't have a phone and I didn't have someone to call. I mean, I didn't have a laptop. I had to read the paper. Today, you can get some work done while you're there. I don't know why more agents don't have it. You give it 2 hours and you could get some emails, some text messages. You could prospect, make some calls in between people coming in. But so here's some of our CE coming up. So hopefully you can make some of that. And remember, if you need the links, just let us know. We'll send you the links for some of these. And remember, the core law that Mike was doing on October 5th is now October 13th. And
Yes.
last today, I did not know this. Thanks Doug, for this.
So here's my little thing for you social media people. So this coming Saturday, because it's the last Saturday in September, is National Ghost Hunting Day. And I thought this was awesome. So there's your little leadway to that. If you want to put that on your social media and wish everybody a happy National Ghost Hunting Day, maybe you can go online and see what's coming up in the month of October as far as haunted houses. I actually got a list from Carly in our office of all the haunted houses in our area. So if you're interested, hit me up.
All right, that's great. I like this picture. It's pretty funny. It's like, why do ghosts always supposed to be hiding in like dirty places?
Exactly.
If I was a ghost, I wouldn't hang out there. I'd be somewhere nice. So, but all right. Well, thanks for joining us today, everyone. Sorry we're a little late today on a Thursday. And remember, reach out to Debbie or myself. We're happy to help anytime. So have a great day, and we'll hopefully see most of you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.